Joe Amato advances to the final round of the Super National. Here is the surprising Frank Cook. While he moved into the cockpit of a top fuel dragster only at the end of last season, Cook can hardly be called a rookie in this sport of championship drag racing. His driving experience dates back nearly 30 years. Racing against Cook is Gary Ormsby, winner of the Winter Nationals. Now let's go to Steve with Joe Amato.
Well, you can hear in the background. Who do you think he'll face in the final round?
Well, probably Ormsby. He's been running more steady as far as leaving the line, which is real important here. But you never know. I hope he loses because he's ahead in the points right now. And we're looking at, it's a long way to the end, but the World Championship is still dangling out there on the carrot stick.
Well, headed for a final that makes up a little bit for the first-round loss at Pomona.
Yeah, we smoked the tires over there, but we're playing with new stuff this year, and anytime you're going forward, sometimes you stumble. And hopefully we can regroup, and that's a sign of a true champion.
We'll be in the final.
Thank you.
Amato, the reigning Winston champion, already concerned about the points earned by his competitors, and there's 17 races yet to go in this Winston championship season. Frank Cook rolls forward to position himself for the start. Ormsby in the Castrol GTX car in the near lane does the same. And again, the lightning quick reaction of Ormsby. Cook up in smoke. Ormsby to the final round with an elapsed time of 5.08 seconds. His speed, 278 miles an hour, and certainly the most exciting day of drag racing ever for Frank Cook. Joe Amato will race Gary Ormsby in the finals. Amato by 0.04 of a second and the quicker elapsed time. Big crowd awaiting the continuation of competition here at the Brand Super National. Meantime, Steve has had a chance to catch up with one of our top fuel finalists, Gary Ormsby.
Well, Gary Ormsby continues his rampage in top fuel eliminator. Gary, a 5.08.
It was about time, wasn't it? We were kind of stuck on that 5.11, I think. We made some adjustments there, and it seemed to work.
No lane choice for you.
No, I don't think it's that big a factor here, though.
They always say that.
Yeah. Well, I really don't think so. We run pretty good in both lanes.
Okay, we'll see you in the final.
Thanks, Steve.
Ormsby obviously confident about his ability to extend his lead in the Winston Championship chase. Now it is time for the semifinals of Funny Car Eliminator. Scott Coletta in the far lane. Art Hendy in the near lane. And it is Hendy with the choice of lane. You recall back one round ago, Scott Coletta had problems. He lost traction in his race against Tom Hoover. He was able to recover and cross the finish line first, but his elapsed time suffered because of the tire smoke. Hendy this time smokes the tire. Coletta with problems. And it's a coasting race. Who's got the most momentum? Whose car rolls easier? It's Coletta across the finish line, and what a way to go to the final round. Scott Coletta with an 11:21 elapsed time. One of the slowest semifinal races I have ever seen. Meanwhile, at the starting line, Bruce Larson, the new national record holder, has a 5.27-second elapsed time. In the previous round, he has the choice of lanes over his competition, Mark Oswald, at the wheel of the Motorcraft Ford Probe of Candies and Hughes. This could be a great race. It was Oswald who set the elapsed time record in qualifying, only to have it taken away from him by Bruce Larson just one round ago. Now let's go to Steve with Scott Coletta.
Go ahead, no, yeah.
All right, Scott Coletta, Dave, reporting to his crew that he thinks he broke a rear end. It sounded like it.
Oh, yeah, I know I did. I mean, it went out there, and it was running good, and then all of a sudden it went, yip, motor come up, and I went, wow, I don't see him. I stepped back on, I went, whoop, went up again. Well, I don't see him yet. I tried it again. I knew it wasn't going to do nothing, but I tried it again.
You kept waiting for him to come by.
Oh, yeah, and nothing happened. So I said, boy, I'm lucky. Maybe it's my day finally.
The 25-year-old Scott Coletta has yet to win an NHRA national event. He will race one of these two drivers, either Mark Oswald in the far lane or Bruce Larson in the near lane. Looking on behind Larson is his teammate, Joe Amato, who's already in the finals, and Oswald up in smoke. Bruce Larson goes into the final round for the second race in a row. Larson's time, 5.33 seconds. His speed, only 244 miles an hour, as he will be facing Scott Coletta and having the choice of lanes in the finals of Funny Car Eliminator. Meanwhile, in the Top Fuel pit area, under the very capable direction of crew chief Lee Beard, it's all business as they prepare Gary Ormsby's car to race Joe Amato in the Top Fuel final. Steve?
Well, just like Gary Ormsby, Bruce Larson goes into his second consecutive final round. Those are sweet-sounding words.
Oh, it feels real good.
What do you think the car ran?
Well, I shut it off a little early because it seemed to lay down, so I'd say it probably ran about a 29, something like that.
Close, 5:33.
5:33. Okay.
You've got lane choice.
Right. We're real pleased.
You got all the cards from where I stand.
It's never over till it's over, but we think we know where we are.
Boy, in this sport, how true that is. Bruce Larson. Boy, he's amassing those Winston points, Dave.
And Steve, he's got a smile on his face as he heads to the finals of the Brand Lengthen over Houston Raceway Park as the racers are preparing for the finals of the Fram Supernationals. Earlier, Steve took a look at a very special entry.
Throughout this Fram Supernationals, fans have been treated to some tremendous racing among over 600 cars in the NHRA Sportsman categories. Now, one car that has attracted a lot of attention is this beautiful Oldsmobile-powered A Altered. It is being fielded by a Swedish team led by Michael Malmgren. 5 Swedes came over here. They brought their own engine, their own transmission, even their own painter to apply these beautiful colors. Now, they figured they could build a car in the States for what it would cost to ship their car from Sweden. So that they have done. And they're only running this one race. They're out of money and headed home, taking the car with them to over 8 different racetracks throughout Sweden, Finland, and Germany. Drag racing very, very popular all over the world these days. Now, for how Michael did with the Swedish team and for the results of all the sportsman categories, here again is Dave McClellan.
Well, Steve Evans, Michael and the Swedes were beaten in the second round by the eventual winner and competition eliminator, John Polk. You're looking at Raymond Martin's 4-cylinder-powered dragster. Polk is in the opposite lane. The race decided in the starting line area as Raymond Martin red-lighted. John Polk, the champion. Jim Boudreau was the Super Stock winner. James Cairo winning his first ever Stock Eliminator title. Dave Billingsley, the champion in Super Gas. Charles Bubba Scott winning Super Comp. And Pizza John Mafaro, the Pro Stock Motorcycle champ. Jay Payne won Top Alcohol Dragster, and it was a very special moment in Top Alcohol Funny Car. Brad Anderson in the near lane. Don Gay was in the far lane. The young Gay appeared to have a slight advantage at that point, but it was Brad Anderson in the finals. 6 laps, the quickest time ever by an alcohol funny car, and our congratulations go to all the sportsman champions at the Fram Supernationals. Time now for the finals in Pro Stock Eliminator. Once again, we are riding with Bob Glidden as he faces the Pontiac of Morris Johnson Jr. Glidden, with the choice of lanes, has taken the lane nearest the camera. But as you heard Gary Ormsby explain, he feels the lanes are practically equal. Glidden rolls forward. He's set. Glidden pulling the levers on the planetary-type transmission and pulls ahead with the quickest lap time ever by a Pro Stock. 7.25 seconds. National record at over 190 miles an hour. Bob Glidden has defeated Morris Johnson Jr. As we watch in replay, you can see the advantage that was gained by Glidden at the start, some 200ths of a second, coupled with the performance of the Ford Probe. Not only did it make a winning run, a record-setting 69th event win for Glidden, but it also set a record at 7.25 seconds.
Bob Glidden loves numbers as much as any accountant you've ever met, and you're going to love a 725.
That's great, Steve. You know, I thought I had a good run going, and I had enough of a lead. I thought about letting off, but Well, I want the record as low as it can be. You know, it might not be touched for a while.
Not let somebody else earn points by resetting that record.
That's exactly right. We earned a bonus 200 points here. You know, it's been a great race for us.
I don't recall you having this good an early season, maybe ever.
It's been 4 or 5 years since we've had anything close to this, and never this good.
2 in a row. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot, Steve. Thanks.
Steve, those 2 consecutive victories by Glidden put him in a commanding lead over Morris Johnson Jr. in the Winston points chase. Remember, though, there are 17 races yet to go this season. The finals in Funny Car and Top Fuel.